Welcome to the Backyard Machine Shop. We're working on the 15-inch drill press again, and we're going to start de-rusting some of the parts. And I'm going to use this time to do a little experiment. In the past I've used electrolysis. I actually have a 300-gallon tote that I have set up that I can do pretty major parts in. I've used, small 5-gallon buckets, different things, but I'm going to do this a little different. I've also in the past I've used navel jelly and Jasco prep and primer, and this stuff works really well. Basically you just spray it on, let it dry, scrape off the rust. But today we're going to use household vinegar. So I think this is 5% acidity. We're going to take the table, and I have a little tote set up here. We'll put it in the tote and see what it'll do. But the first thing we're going to do is probably need to put my vice grips in there, but this pair is kind of an abused pair. So what we're going to do is we're going to take and clean the table up as much as we can. Alright, move a couple of these things out of the way. So what I like to do, well, you could take a cutting knife and scrape. Yeah, that don't do too much good. But usually a razor, put it in a pair of vice grips like this. And you can do a pretty good job scraping now. It goes through them pretty quick. Remember, we're just trying to get as much as we can off, so we can get right to the bottom of it, As you can see, that did we got it down to a manageable amount now. So, and that way the vinegar doesn't have to work on all the loose stuff. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put this in a little container. I got a little vessel here, a little storage basket with it. It's seen better days. This is what I use. I've got 2 or 3 of these different sizes that I use for parts. Again, like I said, this is the first time I'm ever using vinegar, so I hope it goes well. If not, we'll do something else. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it apart, place it down in the basket. Okay. Let's get a camera set up here. All right, now we're gonna take and open the vinegar. Now, this is about $5 worth of vinegar for 2 gallons. So I'm hoping to cover it with that. And if this works, I got another project to do with it. So we're just gonna pour this in the basket. Hopefully it doesn't leak. I didn't check. So at least you'll see me doing a switcheroo real quick. Okay, it's been about 24 hours we've had this thing soaking, and I'm going to pull it out and I'll see what it's done. You can tell it's working. You can see all the bubbles. It's bubbling up and got a nice fragrance in the shop. It's kind of cold out here this morning too, so I really don't want to grab this thing too much, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to pull it out and I'm going to set it up here on the table. And we're going to check it out. So give me a second. Let's see. Wow, done real good. Let's see what we got here. Well, it didn't take the little bit of paint that was on it off, but look at what it's done to the rust. Wow, this is cool. Light brush here, and the rust just falling off. Tell you what, let me get a wire brush. All right, here we go. Well, I can tell you right now, this method is better than any method I've ever used. Check that out. That is amazing. That is cool. All right, so let me go get some stuff, and we're gonna neutralize this bad boy and let's go from there. So hold on. All right, guys, we're back. The vinegar worked so well on the table, I decided to use it on the column also. So what I did is I constructed this piece of pipe out of some scraps I had laying around, and I've got the column sitting inside of it and filled it up with vinegar. Now I pulled it out yesterday. It's been sitting in this for 2 days basically. I pulled it out yesterday, check it, it was probably 90% done. So let it sit for another 24 hours, and we're going to check it out. So you're going to get to see what it did after 2 days. Bear with me while I pour this out. This is kind of tricky. Try not to spill it on everything. All right, so far so good. Put that in there. Take our wire wheel to it. Get our wire brush. It's good, it's worked good. Got a little bit of pitting. Tell you what. Some fresh water. Look at that. Turn it over. I use the same vinegar on this that I used on the table.